Eurasia is the largest continent of our planet. These boundless steppes and mighty mountains became the cradle of the Turkic world thousands of years ago. I am Samat Tolukbay, a journalist and researcher. I follow in the footsteps of our ancestors, in the footsteps of the Turkic tribes and people who engendered a great nomadic civilization, who left our steppes and lived in different parts of the world. The School of Nomads, studying the past, creating the present to build the future. My journey through one of the brightest states of the Turkic world, Kyrgyzstan, continues. It is a country which has preserved the most ancient traditions of the nomadic people. Wherever I go, everywhere I meet people who admire their culture, crafts, and customs with special trepidation. Through the Alai Valley, I reached the southernmost point of the country. Tajikistan and China are ahead of us. Today I'm waiting for interesting acquaintances in the village of Daroot-Korgon. Once, part of the Great Silk Road route passed through Daroot-Korgon. Over 200 years ago, during the Kokand Khanate, a fortress was built here to protect the state from raids. They also collected tribute from travelers. Its walls still stand right in the center of the city. Locals from time to time restore the old fortress. A few years ago, the gates were renewed, retaining the work of ancient masters. I understand that this fortress is one of the most important architectural monuments of the Alai Valley. Can I find out its story? Daroot-Korgon was erected at the beginning of the 19th century. Here was the headquarters of the Kokand rulers. Inside the fortress, military units were stationed. They collected tribute from local residents, as well as from the caravans that were passing by here. And what does the name Daroot-Korgon mean? Darout comes from the word darau, quickly. That is, literally can be translated as quickly go through. I say, here the Kokand representatives collected tribute, and therefore, the merchants tried to go through this area faster. The village is located at the crossroads of roads leading through the western part of the Alai Valley. So even now there is a route connecting China with Europe. Still here you can enjoy a beautiful view of Lenin Peak. In general, an amazingly beautiful place, Daroot-Korgon. The inhabitants of the village preserved not only lifestyle, but also national cuisine, as well as the crafts of their ancestors. To learn more about the local culture, I decided to visit craftswoman, Jibek. Hello. Welcome. May God help you. Thank you. Come in. Sit down. I came from Kazakhstan. I'm a journalist. My name is Samat. And I would like to get to know better the folk arts and crafts. Learn its story, learn some skills from you. Would you let me? We are very glad that you came. Thank you. Then tell me, what are you doing now? We sew shirdak. This is a felt carpet. It is designed for the dowry of the bride. First, we made felt from sheep's wool. We painted it in different colors, cut out ornaments. Now we sew them. What is your name? Dilbar. Dilbar Apa, I'm very glad to meet you. You know, we the Kazakhs also sew a similar carpet. It is called sirmak. And we call shirdak. Sounds similar. Yes? Yes, such bright colors. Tell me, how do you paint felt? Natural dyes. We get red color from pomegranate peel. Black is a natural color of wool. Everything is environmentally friendly. Yes. Teach me the basics of this craft. Well, that would not be very difficult. Tell how to sew a real Kyrgyz shirdak. Okay, son. After we cut out the patterns, it will be necessary to lay the ribbons around the edges. We also do them ourselves. We sew this way. It will be more beautiful. An embroidered felt carpet is found in the interior of the dwellings of the Mongol nomadic people. They can be called in different ways. Somewhere they differ in style and ornament, and initially it was primitive felted wool. With the cultural development of the nomadic people, the felt became colorful. Ornaments, embroidery appeared on it. So felt carpet eventually became a work of art. There is a saying that Kazakhs and Kyrgyz were born together. After all, our culture is very similar. For example, both Kyrgyz and Kazakhs have felt carpets divided into 4 types. The first of them is Korsh Sirmak. Camels were covered during far migrations. The second type of Sirmak was laid on the floor. The third type is the most beautiful, was laid exclusively for guests. And the fourth kind of Sirmak was made exclusively for bed. Somehow, we're sitting bored. Maybe we need to sing a song, so that it would be more fun to work. Song? Okay. What are we going to sing? My Kyrgyz people. Excellent. Let's go.
Кемерто кемсел кийген ак калпакчан, көулут билбей жүрөт анын баркын. Elime belgi berip tanıştırgan, attından kağılayın Kırgız kalkım. Kırgız kalkım, Kırgız kalkım, attından kağılayın Kırgız kalkım. Kırgız kalkım, Kırgız kalkım, артыңдан қағылайын Кыргыз халқым.
Қазір ауылдың шебер әйелдеріне неше түрлі қолөнер бұйымдарын жасауды үйренеді.
Now the craftswoman will show me what other items they make. It is Iberi next to me. She's an expert. She makes phone cases and stylish clutches. So what are we doing now?
Саламатсызбы? Мен бүгін сіздерге уюлдук аппарат салынуучу.
Hello. Let me show you how to make a cell phone case.
Эң биринчиден бизге нукура табигый кийиз алабыз.
To do this, we need felt, thread and such braid to decorate our case. Let me show how to sew.
Коозук бериш үчүн ленталарды колдонобуз. Анда эмесе мен сиздерге акырындан тиги баштап көрсөтүп берейин.
Come on, you prepared this felt.
Бизде бул кийиздердин бардыгы ушул жерден аялдар өздөрү
Yes, we do all the felt ourselves.
Таарлар менен дагы кийиздик.
In the works, I decorated with wicker braid.
Аксессуарларды ар түрдүү буюмдарды жасайбыз.
Beautiful, tourists like it. I understand this craft is suitable for the most of housewives. I did everything around the house, then I sewed covers. I sold them to tourists. It is my contribution for a family budget.
Бул боелгон кийиздер баягы
Exactly. Here's our felt. We paint it ourselves with onion peel in order to obtain a yellow color. Brown color. We mixed again the peel of the onion with the garnet peel. We paint in the same way as our grandmothers painted.
өчпөгөн боектор менен боегонго да аракет кылып.
That is, there are no chemical additives. All natural, huh?
Бул табигый. Анан мен сиздерге бул сунуштаган себеп.
Yes. Here is a felt cover that we're making now will be very useful for the owner of the telephone because natural felt protects the human body from all kinds of exposures. Felt has many useful properties.
Пайдалуу кийиздин касиеттери өтө жогору, жазында ысытпайт, кайра кышында üşүтпөйт дегендей.
Think I can sew not badly. Before grandmothers praised me. And here too, the seam seems to be smooth.
Биз аксессуарыбызды бүттүк. Эң негизгиси бул аксессуар жасаганда сапатына, тигилишкен тигиштердин аралыгына, бирдейлигине, коозуна карашыбыз керек.
So we have finished our work. We must pay attention to the seams and braid
Жиптердин уланганын
so that everything is smooth.
кийгизбедик.
Let me give you this nice case on behalf of our craftswomen.
Дагы аябай жакшы.
Keep your telephone inside of it.
Бизден билек. Телефонуңузду ар дайым салып.
Well, thank you. Now try on.
Міне?
Oh, just right.
Азыр мен сиздерге тигүүчү машинанын жардамы менен ушундай
Now I will show how we make the clutch. For this, we need a sewing machine.
Тамаша.
Iperi is a real craftswoman. She knows how to sew manually and cope with the machine. I could learn many things from her, but time is limited, so I will go to other craftswomen.
Biz қазір бұл жерде Қырғыз халқының ұлттық
Now, Aizada and I will prepare one of the national dishes. What is it called?
қандай тағам дайындағай жатырмыз біз?
Бул Кыргыздын улут тамагы болгон чабатыны даярдайбыз.
Called chawatı. First, we will prepare the dough and add salt to taste.
Аха. Бұл қандай тағам болып шығады сонда?
What is a chawatı? Thin cake. Chawatı.
Чабаты.
Қазір енді мен
Let me help you. Enough flour.
Оны осымен жеткілікті ме әлде тағы да елейіп па кішкене?
Жет барса керек бул. Жакшы
Yes. Now knead.
камырды.
For the dough, we use all this water.
Сау керек, иә, өстіп сумен.
Yes.
Енді мен де елеп көрейінші.
Ооба, илеп көр.
Maybe I'll try too.
Қандыра береміз ғой соны.
So I mix it, and that is all. Yes,
Қолыма жабыс.
it sticks to hands.
Шат.
Is that all? Now leave the dough for 5 to 10 minutes. Understood. It will rest for 10 minutes. Yes. Let's wait.
Жаңе чабақты деген
So our chabaktı, right?
Чабаты.
Chawatı.
чабаты деген
Yes, chawatı. Our rests for about 10 minutes. And while we begin to cook, another dish called kattama.
дайындайтын боламыз.
Yes, kattama is the Kyrgyz dish. More precisely, it is a flatbread too. So, knead the dough again. May I try?
Татым.
Yes, you need to add salt. Is it enough? Yes. Now we add milk. So together with the chawatı, we started to prepare kattama cakes. We have prepared the dough and leave it to rest for 10 to 15 minutes. At this time, we start to work with chawata dough. It rested. Now we're going to make balls with the size of a children's fist. First, we dredge and roll them into thin cakes. So the dough is thinly rolled out for the chawta. Now, cover our flatbreads. They should stand a little longer. We continue to do the dough for kattama. What are we doing?
Juka kılıp öyle ceyazdağı maydan süküp kesip kavatlap
Roll it thinly. Spread it with butter and roll them. So thin as for a chawta. Yes, as a rule, when you eat kattama, you should drink kumыс or ayran.
Kattamanın kamırın jayuudu qarap үйрөндүm. Hazır özüm jayıp көрөтүн болам.
I watched how to roll dough for kattama. Now I'll try it myself. You take it and continue the process, and I will roll flatbreads. Should it be sprinkled with flour? Should it be sprinkled with flour? Yes, but a little. Aizdapa praised me. It seems to me I'm quite deserved. Well, it's not bad at all. Having rolled thin sheets, we added some butter. They folded them and cut them into strips. Now they should be turned into rolls. It is not easy to make flatbreads, I tell you. I thought it will be baked as kattama everything, but it turned out not. We again flatten out, and the result was flatbreads made of layers. I just now got the meaning of the name kattama, that is, layers. Friends, our kattama cakes are completely rolled out. It turned out very soft. Now I'm going to make fire under a cauldron, right? Yes, we'll cook in a cauldron. Excellent. I know how to build fire. Now, like the real nomads, we'll fry our kattama in the fresh air, in a cauldron. By the way, for some reason the cauldron should be installed with a slight slope. Why? I do not understand, but I know for sure that here, in the Chon Alai Valley, any dish is prepared much faster. Since we stay at the level of 3,000 meters, in general, it is simple physics. The smell is incredible. I'd like to try the flatbread that has been cooking for so long. No comment. Well, so tasty. And now I would like to get to know Jibek, an amazing woman who gathered rural women and organized a workshop. Next to me is the head of the craftswoman of the village of Daroot-Korgon, Jibek. I am very glad that today I was able to get acquainted with a variety of types of crafts. Tell us about your team, about the crafts that you revive and develop.
Баштай берейин. Биз биринчиден бул илгертен калган тар, илгерки нукра кыргыздын иштеткен.
First of all, I want to talk about our traditional weaving, ormek. Products woven in the technique of ormek are an indispensable component of the bride's dowry.
Жумушсуз, ишсиз адам экен деп ойлошу мүмкүн. А бизде салт болгон, баягы мына тарды сөзсүз согуп кызга белек.
This is such a tradition. If there are no woven carpets in the dowry, then everyone will decide that the mother of the bride is lazy, and therefore her daughter is like that. My mother is also a craftswoman. She's 72 now. She still sits at the machine tool. My mom taught me this craft since I was a child. Since ancient times, Chonalai women have taught a variety of crafts to their daughters since childhood, and sewing and weaving and embroidering. Jibek proudly noted that the kalim for the bride in their village is considered one of the highest. Today, 64 women work under the leadership of Jibek. Here they train and develop. Women sell creative things even abroad. Thus, the ally people revive the ancient crafts and at the same time earn on them.
Biz bul tарды соқ эле кала бербестен биздин тардын тарыхы көп да. Бул өтө пайдалуу.
Products woven from sheep's wool are very useful. If you had a carpet under your feet, then it heals your feet. You can weave bracelets for your hands. They are very useful for joint pain. Therefore, I really love my occupation, and I love our women.
Азыр өзүмдүн жумушума өзүм сыймыктанам, кубанам. Аялдар менен иштесеңиз.
I have been weaving since childhood and sitting at the loom. I always fantasized. This is a kind of meditation for me.
Нерселер оюңа келет, баягы бул канча аркак салып жылган сайын өзүнчө эле адамга бир дем берет да.
Ягни бул жерде оюулары тек гана
So you come up with different types of ornament.
өзүнүн кыялынан да туа берет,
Ооба, кыялынан да болот. Анан илгерки оймону сөзсүз биз.
Yes, you can say that. But more often, these are patterns that we recreated by studying ancient carpets, because tradition should not be forgotten. You're right to pass on to descendants. After listening to Jibek, I wanted to learn this craft immediately.
Токма жумустарынын барлыгына
For the loom, we need woolen threads, which means we need wool.
койлар. Казыр
That is why this sheep is here in front of me. Now it will get a haircut. I already studied this occupation from Kazakh shepherds. Therefore, I think I can handle it without outside help.
аяктап тастайт.
And yes, lucky, the lamp is a peaceful one. Did you know that in the world there are even competitions for shearing sheep? For example, in Ireland, one citizen broke all records. In 9 hours, he cut 867 lambs. Of course, I am very far from the Irish record holder.
Койдан кыркылган жүндү
The cut hair should be thoroughly washed and dried, and we get such raw materials. Now you should whisk the wool. Tell me, why this process is necessary?
Biz birinci bana savo jönde aytып берсек. Саводу
Let me talk about the rods. It is made of a special tree, irgai.
аргай деген агаш, э?
Ооба, ыргай деген. Анан бун
So it is a tree irgai. Yes, and with twigs we whip the wool. What is this for?
Кылуу керек койсоң да.
ооба,
When whipping, any debris settle out of the wool. Whipped wool becomes very soft and supple.
көндөрү астына түшүп калат. Бул сабап бүткөндөн кийин биз мындай жумшап таяр болуп калат. Буларды түйдөк созуп алабыз дагы.
Темиздейсиз го дурус.
Ооба, мындагы түйдөк созуп алабыз да.
Then we wrap it around the arm and
Колубузга ороп алып, муну
do you get yarn with a spindle?
ийик дагы ыргайдан жасалган. Ыргайдан жасап, мындай оор болуп жакшы айланыш үчүн мындай ийик баштарды корошундардан куюп жасайбыз. Дагы таштардан жасайбыз.
Right. We also make this spindle out of irgai.
Ирибиз
In order to rotate well in the upper part, we install a stone or fill in lead. And so we spin.
Бизде казактарда да осундай энди.
Our Kazakh grandmothers have exactly the same preferences.
Бурууду үйрөнүп алайын.
Let me try.
Сен сабаксаң, мен бул жипти ийирип.
You whip. Like this? Yes, that's right. You're doing well.
Жакшы сабайды экенсиң деп жатыр Жанагүл ханым. Бирок да мен бул исте
They praise me again. I think that it is deserved again, because Kazakh craftswomen also taught me to whip wool. I would call this action a real anti-stress. Whipping the wool, one can knock out all the negative energy. The more I hit, the better I feel. Do not think that I am tired of filming. My mood is nice. And the spindle and twigs are made of wood called irgai. It seems to me that this is a meadowsweet. They hid the yarn as if they had prepared everything. What is it? We call it tar. Tar? Yes, it's such a design with which we will prepare yarn for the loom. Girls will run between the pegs and wash yarn. Well, then you start. I will help you a little later. I already once tried to learn this craft in Kazakhstan. I remember, then I had to run between the pegs alone, and I know how much my legs get tired. Therefore, I propose to run together with the ally Beauty. It is more fun, and she seems to be doing better than me. We have come almost to the final stage. We will work on a loom. I admit right away, I do not understand and unlikely to understand this system. How does it work? This is a tripod. I will keep our threads up. And this is a plate. The threads will be here. And shares? Yes, and this is a transverse block. This is a slider. Using it, we create a pattern. And we will beat with a sword to stamp the lines. Well, now teach how to do it. Now we'll weave a pattern. It is called the tip of a knife. Weaving is the whole math. I admit I'm not strong in math. Precision and proper calculation are needed here. No matter how much I studied this weaving art, I still did not understand how it all worked. Maybe this time I'll learn. Although, here I look and do not understand anything. What are you doing? Take it away. Now stripped with a sword. And drag the dogs. That's how I drag it. Nope. Anyway, I do not understand this system. Let me give you a place until you have completely ruined everything. Thanks. What are you doing? I cut the strings of thread. From them, then we weave bracelets. That is non-waste production. Yes. You hold this. There are 4 threads. Weaving like a braid. Yes. This woolen bracelet was presented to me. Thank you very much. Nice. I have a lot of presents today. Today was such a busy day that I did not even notice how it got dark. I didn't seem to even have lunch. But I wasn't tired. And the craftswomen weren't tired, although they spent all day holding personal masterclasses for me. I like it. I am sure that you too. So another good memory was added to my diary.